The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
You're listening to ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM, and I am Devonne Cornelius. Welcome to The Edge for Monday, November 27th, 2023. Thank you so much for joining the program today. A pleasant morning to all of you here in St. Kitts and Nevis and those in the diaspora. Thank you for joining the program. Let me say birthday greetings to all those who are celebrating today. And I also share condolences with those who may be mourning the loss of a loved one. Thank you so much for joining the program. Of course, I begin with sharing with you three top stories: international, regional, and on the local scene. Now, happening on the international stage, Hamas has said it is seeking to extend the current 4-day pause in fighting with Israel and increase the number of hostages released. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the original agreement could be extended, but Israeli operations in Gaza would resume with full force after the truce period. In regional news, the Caribbean Community CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett is calling on regional countries to invest in preventing violence against women and girls, and the empowerment of vulnerable groups through access to education and quality healthcare services. And this is part of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. And on the local scene, Police Commissioner James Sutton has issued a stern warning against violence and criminality in St. Kitts and Nevis, emphasizing that these acts will not be tolerated. These are the top stories: local, regional, and international. You are listening to The Edge for Monday, November 27, 2023. Thank you so much for joining. For those of you who want to join us later on in the program, you can do so by calling 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Those are the numbers you call. And you can also follow the program via ZIZ's YouTube channel or Facebook page and ZIZ TV. This is The Edge. I'm Devonne Cornelius. Thank you for joining. Let's get right into the discussion. Now, later this evening, the National Assembly of St. Kitts and Nevis will convene for a very special sitting. 25 young people from across St. Kitts and Nevis will be recognized for their sterling contribution towards the development of our country in various areas such as education, sports excellence, performing arts, spiritual commitment, and the list goes on. 25 young people from St. Kitts and Nevis will be awarded with the title 25 Most Remarkable Teens Award. This initiative began back in the year 2011. I don't have the exact figure, but I can tell you hundreds of young people have been awarded to date. I'll get that figure for your information's sake. But it is an awesome initiative, and I am very happy that the Department of Youth Empowerment has given their full commitment to this program, the success of this initiative, and to recognize young people for their contribution towards our society. Not many times we acknowledge our young people and for the contribution that they make to the country. Oftentimes we say, young people prefer to be delinquent or prefer to not do the right thing. But I think it is very important to recognize those who are trying, recognize those who are making a very positive and meaningful contribution. And initiatives like these, such as this one, the 25 Most Remarkable Teens Award, they're good. They're good, and we need to see more of these initiatives and activities happening in St. Kitts and Nevis, letting them know, hey, we appreciate the work that you do, and we thank you for your contribution. There is a saying that you give people their flowers while they are alive. Don't wait until they have passed to say, yes, this was a good person, and thanking them for their contribution. And so the 25 Most Remarkable Teens, let me use this opportunity to congratulate all of them, their friends and their family and friends, teachers, guardians, supporters, everybody who basically was a part of ensuring that they made it this far to be awarded with the 25 Most Remarkable Teens Award. And this is something that is very near and dear to my heart, as I was one of the recipients back in 2017. I was awarded in the area of performing arts, which is a surprise to some people. Some may not know my contribution to performing arts, but I was awarded in the area of performing arts back in 2017, 25 Most Remarkable Teens. It is 11:06. I just wanted to put that there to get the program going. It's 11:06. I want to take a short break. And when we come back, we'll continue the program.
Health-wise on ZIZ TV, Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Hosted by Dr. Malik Lescott, Dr. Jolette Woodley, and Dr. Patrice Lawrence.
This Christmas is all about you. Yeah, boy. Flow the joy and better value. Together, imagine all we could do. Prizes and offers inspired by you.
This holiday season, get 2 Samsung A04Es for only $299 EC when you sign up for a family postpaid plan. Enjoy up to 60 gigabytes of data, unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube.
This Christmas is all about you. Your boy. Flow brings the joy and better value.
Flow, connecting hearts and homes this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.co. Conditions apply.
Welcome back to the Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I'm Devonne Cornelius. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have some callers coming in. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Happy good Monday morning to you, my friend Devonne.
Same to you. Good morning.
You good?
I'm fantastic.
Well, boy, brother, if wind no blow, you know what's the foul bottom. I never know you was awarded 2017 until you talk. Thank God the wind no blow hard. Well, anyway, you just said something from what the Commissioner of Police said. Mm-hmm. That they will not tolerate all these negative activities. Those are my last word, negative activities.
Okay.
Well, I would like the Commissioner to say something different to that. Because in the days when you had police used to go to Barbados to train, those police, when they come back here, they never used to make no joke. Devon, if a police see you out shape up to say a bad word, he don't ready to summon you. But today, they got some people called police, but I refer to them as police. Because a lot of them see people doing wrong things, breaking the law, and they turn a blind eye. I noticed that 3 years ago up New Road, I was on a veranda sitting down, and he had 2 cars going up the road, and a police were in front. He was one of the 2 cars, and a man pass them going the same direction and a motorcycle pop wheeling and the police did nothing. And also on the streets in Bastard, know for sure that police will see a lot of people breaking the law, doing all kind of foolishness on the road, eating and throwing down all kind of things, garbage, and do them nothing. So I hope the commissioner of police say, well, we will not tolerate those things, otherwise you will lose your job. If you see something go wrong and you don't do anything about it to correct it, we will deal with them. You, the commissioner of police or the police commission, will deal with those police who refuse to do their work. Because everybody are litter hardened and they need to stop it. Thank you, Devonne. Anything else, I'll come back.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. We have another caller on the line. Caller, good morning and welcome to the program.
Sorry about that. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
And good morning to the listeners from the broadcast around here.
Caller, there's a lot of wind in the background. Perhaps you could find a...
You're getting wind still?
Okay, no, it's better. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Devon, I call to highlight again that a good amount of number of persons who work in all kind of areas during the CPL is complaining after 3 months of working for the CPL, they ain't get paid yet. But Devon, we know the CPL pay all these organizations and groups. And I don't know why they'll be holding up the people's money who they hire to work. So, all these organizations, the people that you work, the people are demanding the money. And I don't know why you all have the people money hold up so long. The people don't work, pay them, so they could go pay who they owe. The other thing, Devon, is we have heard that the Bassey High School is set to rebuild in its original home. But we haven't heard who won the bid. Because I was made to understand that 2 persons bid for that Bassey High School building, and up to now Wayne here who win the bid. But as the information comes in, we know somebody won the bid, and we want to know how come they have not said anything yet on who has won this bid. The other thing, Devon, sports. I hope next year we will see much more of school sports coming back. We see the little cricket and thing. I would like to see next year that we bring back the school's netball championship. And and also we could get these schools, I see a number of them practicing volleyball if they are going to have a volleyball championship between them. And the last thing for them in schools, we want to see that the students and teachers are out in the field doing and teaching agricultural work, not just have them pass it in the classroom. They're not teaching them and showing them, because it could be jobs for many of them. Mm-hmm. But they have to be taught properly, not just on the blackboard and on the computer. They need to be out there doing the work. Gone.
All right, Colin. Thank you for your contribution to the program. Do we have any more callers on the line? All right. It is 11:14 and you're listening to the Edge and ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. And we thank those callers for their contribution to the program. Now, the first caller commented on law enforcement officers, and there was something I wanted to share with you, which I think ties into crime and violence, and it is the regional story that I shared with you, where the CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carter Barnett called on regional countries to invest in preventing violence against women and girls, and the empowerment of vulnerable groups through access to education and quality healthcare services. Now, as I have said, it is nice, it is really good when we have these discussions about, or we say, it is good to prevent violence against women and girls, but if we're not doing anything, if we're not taking real action, then it might as well be nothing at all. And we often hear of stories where women and girls are violated and violence against them, and very, very unfortunate situations. And sometimes people question the justice system and the role that they play, and the system of reporting these crimes, where you have people alleging that law enforcement officers don't necessarily take these complaints seriously. They probably see it as a little domestic issue at home until it gets out of hand, until somebody's life is in danger. And maybe sometimes they even ask themselves, boy, if I had do this, they say to themselves, if I had do this, or if I had taken real action, then we would not have been in this predicament. And so I support the call for regional countries and their governments to invest in preventing violence against women and girls. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning.
Yes, Devonne, I'm glad you mentioned about violence against women. Well, violence against women and violence against men, they are wrong. It is wrong. Now, 2 weeks ago, we heard on the radio that a school child was missing. And until this moment, we haven't heard whether that school child was found or they're still missing. And I think, sorry, go ahead.
No, well, I think I know what you're talking about. I think the child was found, but perhaps the update wasn't shared via the radio. But if you're on the same page, yeah, the child was found.
Right,
maybe
okay.
about a day or two after.
That is great, because when someone is lost, we will hear it on the radio. And I think we should also hear it when they are found, because I remember some years ago, a young lady was missing from her home. And no indication where the young lady went and where the young lady was. And I remember seeing a lot of people in those big garbage bin dumpsters tumbling up to see if the person was killed and thrown in those dumpsters, only to find out that the individual was in a home for days. And say, what they call him name for? What they put in picture up with me name for? All those things are bad. So when those things occur, which the public should know, and that would put the public mind at rest. Anyway, thank you, Devonne.
All right, thank you, caller, for your contribution. There's an issue that we also have here, and this is not a St. Kitts and Nevis issue, but this has been one regional, global, where violence against women and girls, and thank you for mentioning that violence against men and women, something that is definitely important. But let's take a pause on the calls. We'll take a pause on the calls, and I'll make this point. So there is a situation that we have when certain people. We'll take a pause on the calls. There is there's a situation we have, and this is something that has been going on for quite some time. Violence against women and girls, where, and I'm trying to see how best to put this across. Bear with me. So we have a situation where, let's say there's a case where a young lady was sexually harassed, or she was beaten up, physically abused, whatever. And that lady is pushed in a corner and say, you can't make a complaint about it. She might be threatened with her job. She might say, hey, if you go and make a report you can lose your job. If you go and make a report, there can be danger to your life and your children and close family and friends. Or in some cases, they give them hush money. And because of their desperate situation, where they are perhaps in need of financial assistance, they take this hush money. I almost say hush puppy. And we've heard of many stories like these before. The question is, how can we prevent these things from happening? The statistics would show that when it comes to reporting these types of crimes, it is higher for women than men. So it is not a case where men are not being abused, whether it be physically or sexually or whatever, but women are reporting more. But what about those women, who are threatened with their danger to their life, job security issues, or just plain out given hush money? And some of them continue to suffer in silence because there is nobody who they could go to. What about those women who have been suffering in silence and they go to somebody who they thought would understand the importance of confidentiality, and they go to this person and they say, hey, I need your help. I need you to help me with the situation. May I want to go to any and anybody, so I'm coming to you. And you're almost certain that that is the only person who you had a conversation with about your predicament, about your situation, whether it be at home or at work or somewhere else. Next thing you know it, the information gets out and the abuse continues, or there is some sort of retaliation because the person who is doing the abuse is now of the view that, well, you went and you reported, so let me just finish it off. So that too should be a part of preventing violence against women and girls. That should be a part of the investment. Creating safety nets, a safe space where people can go not only to make a report, but where people can go after they have made that report. Now, you can't imagine that if people live in a house, if you live in a household with your abuser and you go and you make a report, that you could stay in that same household. That is nearly impossible because you're now susceptible to more abuse. So, while I support the call for regional countries, including St. Kitts and Nevis, to invest more in preventing violence against our women and girls, that too has to be a part of the conversation. It has to be a part of the conversation. And don't let it stop at just a conversation. Let it translate into action. Because, as I've said, we like to have these conversations and these symposiums and conferences. Yes, it is good to get feedback and to hear from the experts. But let it not stop at just a conference or a consultation. Let real action be taken. Ensure that our law enforcement officers are trained to deal with these situations. Not that when you call and you make a report and they brush you off and they don't take the matter seriously. and then 2 weeks later you hear of a homicide or a suicide because of that issue. So yes, it is good to say let us invest in preventing violence against women and girls, but there has to be real action. Then this part also speaks to the empowerment of vulnerable groups through access to education and quality healthcare services. And I just spoke about healthcare services. I go back to confidentiality. Very important. It is 11:25. We'll head back to the phone lines and we'll take some more calls. You can call us at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Do you have any callers on the line? All right. Let's take this one. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program. We're not getting that word. Caller, morning. Welcome to the program. Yeah, turn on your radio. Turn on your radio.
Yeah, it's off. Sorry. Devonne.
Yes.
You always hear the talk about crime and violence against women and children from all sorts of groups, all sorts of nations and countries. Well, what about crime against boys and men? Mm-hmm. You don't hear nobody making no noise on a row about that. Mm-hmm. Morning. And many boys and many men just be abused by women. But you don't hear nobody making a noise for us.
Well, you know, Carl, I think a part of the issue is the fact that it is underreported because, I mean, if you're a man and you live in a house with your wife or your girlfriend and she bang you up, you're going down the police station to tell the police that your wife just bang you up. I'm being realistic. So it's an issue where it is underreported. Yes, it's underreported, but it needs to be voiced. That is correct.
It needs to be voiced and it needs to be heard. And the question is, while they are making the call for all these nations to put the support for against girls and women, the question we have to ask many of these women and these girls, do they want prevention against them? Because lots of these things, lots of us know of many people, many women living in house with husband, boyfriend, side chick, and being abused. And you talk to them, you think, and they tell you, it's not easy, you know, not easy to leave him, but I love him. Ask the police them go to arrest the boyfriend, the husband, the side chick many times, and while they make the report, when the police come and the police take to go arrest them, they say, no, leave me, man, leave me, husband. I just want you to talk to him. 2 weeks later, a month later, the same thing. So the question we have to ask these ladies and these girls, do you all want this abuse to stop against you? Because when you talk to him, say, easy, you know, you can't just sit and listen, so.
But you know, Carla, those are legitimate questions, but I also think that you have a situation where some of them are in a very vulnerable position where they really can't leave.
So then why are you reporting then? That means you need to study and take the abuse. You can't be reporting and you don't want to get out and you don't want to leave because you're giving the authorities and you're giving all these groups unnecessary work where they could have been helping other people who really need help.
Well, maybe that's the situation. Some of them, if they leave, because, okay, you have some who don't own a home, and that's the only roof they have over their head, right? Some, they don't have a stable income. So that's their stable income. So they're probably looking at the pros and cons. Do I stay here and take the abuse? Or do I go out there and I don't have anywhere to sleep? I don't have any food to eat. I don't have a place to put my children. So I guess it's a case where they're weighing the pros and cons and looking at the services that are available to assist them. But I understand where you're coming from, Carla.
If all these nations going to want to put up and say stop to prevent this violence, then they have to provide a place where housing and shelter and jobs for these people. When you come across these cases, there's where you have to step up now. If you really want to help them.
Right.
All
right, caller. Thank you for your contribution. We'll head back to the phone lines and we'll take this other caller. Good morning, caller. You're on the
Good morning, Devonne. Good morning.
Yes.
First, I always want to thank God for the Federation of things it needed. Devonne?
Talk to me.
I am feeling hot this morning, you know. You look like the flow coming on, something coming on to me. But anyway, I want to give God thanks for life still. Because many are going, many young people are dying, and people just got to stop, look and listen, and watch what they're eating, watch what they're drinking, and watch how their life is going. Now this violence thing against woman and man, right? This thing ain't just start. And I believe that some of our young women, they want train. They want nurture. Because let me tell you something. These young women, all they see that how these guys treat other women, they still put themselves with them. So, do you will say, when a woman put herself with a man, could ill treat a woman and she not ill treat a woman? Do you say the man violence against her? She violence against herself. Because she know what the man does, she see what the man into. And then what it is, young girls, is it bad boys, they want the bad boys to kick them off, back them up, and do them all kind of negative thing. I see it almost every day. Abuse. You understand? But I believe these young girls abusing themselves. And if I believe that some things are supposed to put in place, that some senior woman or some psychologist take some of these young girls and got training in a school for them. Because I believe that most of the violence against them is them putting themselves in the violence against them with these men who will cheat women and don't behave, especially these young men. They have no respect for their mother, nothing at all. And a man have no respect for his mother and abuse his mother and tell his mother all kind of things. And young girls know that and they hear that and still put themselves with them. Well, you got to blame them. I mean, nothing wrong because no man and no woman got to violence against nobody and do nobody nothing. If you're in a relationship and you can agree with one another, come out the relationship. And you got some man, when a woman done with them, they want the man and they got 5, 6 women with the man. And then when the man tell her she done, she still want to go and demand the man like, and he ain't married to her and all these nonsense. And all these things must stop. And also, I see that a man get brutal abuse by woman. Brutal abuse by woman. But, Devonne, you know the program shot. And I want to tell Carl before, but Carl, these people, these people who say, work for CPL? CPL is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these people work for CPL. I want to know if they got a phone to call in and say whatever the problem is. That the people and police, the boss who say over them, could listen to them generally and listen to them. Maybe the reason why the boss ain't taking them serious because nobody calling in and say, CPL them money. Who CPL? So sometimes you got to let the people and do things for themselves, you know. You understand? Because maybe they might use or nothing go so. Devonne, you have a wonderful day. May God bless and continue to do the good work.
You too. Thank you for your contribution.
All right. And Devonne, before go. Devonne, you there?
Yeah, I'm listening.
I want to say happy birthday greetings going out to bowling one down here, boys. One of our community-oriented young lady. Want to wish her a blessed birthday to them. May God bless. All right.
Caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's head back to the phone lines. And we'll take this call. Caller, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. You can hear me?
Yes, caller. Good morning. You're on the air.
Congratulations in 1971. Laugh, smile, let me see you.
Okay, caller, thank you for your contribution.
No, I ain't finished yet. So
Today, what are you talking about? You said something about 1971?
When you said you had your thing, 1971. Remember your call out when they got to fruit the children them, no?
No. I was talking about the 25 most remarkable.
Yes, well, you never said your one was 1971.
No. Mine was 2017.
19 what?
2017.
Oh, okay. But anyway, congratulations. And that ain't nothing new. No, today is not nothing new. Mr. Cornelius, when your program advertising, it say a political program. So I did not say nothing wrong last week for you to cut me off. But I don't believe it's you. Because when they used to say all kind of things about the farmer government and sugar program, nobody used to cut them off. Best Timothy, stay strong.
But caller, this is what I'm saying. There was an opportunity for people to call in to ask questions. The time was short. So I was facilitating callers with questions and not with a long monologue. It's 11:36. Let's take another caller and then we'll take a break after. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Cornelius.
Good morning. Welcome.
A crazy indulgence. It's a matter of importance and urgency. You have a drainage down here at Halfway Tree, and it's located right in the corner there by the Rosie Wall. Now the water's supposed to go under the island main road, but I guess sand and other debris block it. And this occurred during the heavy rain. And it's a hazard because the water is there. In fact, over the weekend you had an accident. And you had some near accident. Residents there hearing the squeak of brakes. And I do not know. You had to have people in authority passing there and seeing that. And I, who work in the traffic department for many years, know exactly what contribute to accident. And you may very well save a life when you deal with this kind of situation. Right in the corner. Another hazard is located in Godwin Gut, right there by the gut. Either public work, either the water department or somebody dig up the road there. And I seen vehicle veering off. It's located on the mountainside of the road. Veering off, trying to avoid it. And you know when you try to avoid it, you may have an oncoming vehicle that could result in death or serious injuries. And I'm calling on the minister, because this is the island main road, persons there who in authority had to be passing just like how I pass. And it's neglect of duty.
All right,
to save life. We got to do better than this. This thing is too long. Up to this, I called before I called you to find out if the water down there in the corner. This is the tourist season. We're going to keep the island main road safe. Do our bit. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution to the program. Let's take this break, and when we come back, we'll continue the program right here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world. From the heart of ZIZ Radio comes a political talk show like no other. The Edge, with host Devonne Cornelius giving you his take on the biggest stories happening in governance today. Got something to say? Let's hear it. Give us a call at 869-465-2555, Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. One solid hour of in-depth analysis of the machinery that makes our country tick. The Edge, cutting into the matters at hand.
This is the voice of Erica Edwards. I am inviting you to come on out with your friends and family to a Merry Christmas concert 2.0. The event will be held at the Ramada Resort at 5 p.m. sharp, featuring Leap Dance Studio, the return of Catwalk coaching SKB, and 12 amazing youth singers backed by the Explosive Band and Roots Band. It's going to be a musical showcase like no other. Purchase your tickets at Latoya's Fashion on Keyon Street and Cutesy Accessories on Church Street, Bastille. See you there!
Welcome back to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am your host, Devonne Cornelius. Today is Monday, November 27, 2023. Thank you for joining. It is 11:40, and so we have just about 20 minutes left before we wrap up the discussion for today. We have a caller on the line? Okay, let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air. Good morning. We lost that one. Okay, no callers? All right. Okay, I think we have one. No caller. All right. I wanted to make this point after we come back. Okay, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you so much for taking me.
Yo.
Callers are calling you. You must understand that time is short. I mean, let it conversate, let it tribute. Mr. Politics, you don't tell me the same thing. The person is going to call you too. And Mr. Carl Brown, if men getting abused and they ain't saying nothing, or police or anybody with authority will deal with it, and they ain't saying nothing. Nobody know that men getting abused, and his lady is getting abused by the husband or the boyfriend or whatever. And they say nothing, they like it. Let me husband or let me wife love him or whatever, bring in the money or whatever. That's how we're going to do, because it's happening all the time. Over the years since I was born and living, that's happening all the time. But you were talking about the 25 most
remarkable teens.
Yes, since you're talking about that, I just want to say congratulations to you and congratulations to all the children who will get, honored. That's good that they are looking after the young people. And speaking about young people, I just want to say too, congratulations to the young ladies from Old Road who won the ladies football last night in the final against Newtown. I didn't hear no sport in this year. I don't know if he spoke about it, didn't hear nothing and no sport and nothing. So congratulations to them, and because Kilachi, the coach, and the parents and the school and all those who went to support them. That's all I have to say for now. Have a good day, everybody. Bye, Ronnie.
All right, caller, thank you so much for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. Now, when we talk about, we have a caller on the line?
Yeah.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Devonne?
Yes, caller, I'm listening.
Yeah, I come to attest to the report that the caller from Halfway Tree made about the sand that come down on the main road down there, right in the curb there by the Methodist Church. I have seen that over the years, because the sand come down from a dirt road. And like you said, people who are responsible for such things on the street, they passes there every day, going and coming. And also there is a dangerous place in West Farm by a big stone wall on the mountainside of the road. For years, we've been talking about the top of it is falling out. There are stones up there, Lego, and some of them just ready to go and to land on it, and it tumble down. And nobody doing anything about it. So how we going to get things done? Because they're hearing us on the radio, making these reports, and they pay them no mind. So where are their interests? What are they doing with their responsibilities? Come on, people. Anyway, time short. Devon, all the best until tomorrow, God willing.
All right, caller. Thank you for your contribution to the program. It is 11:45. We have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Devon, good morning.
Good morning.
I think that caller kind of hinged on what I wanted to talk about because, if I'm not mistaken, a gentleman called a while ago about the condition of the roads and guts and stuff. So I'm going to put something to him and to our people. Policemen are employed to protect us. And if they pass and see somebody committing a crime, what should they do? Pass and then say the minister should come and deal with it? I don't understand how people because the roads they deteriorate and most persons will go. But the minister pass every day. So what happened to the people who work at public work? What happened to the people at the schools that deteriorate over time, especially the bathrooms? Don't the people at the various maintenance departments come to them? Barstow High School had a similar problem because the maintenance of the place was shoddy. I don't understand where people go. The minister, the ministry. We have people doing the job. I can't, and that's where I start with the one with the police because if police is a crime, he's not going to park up the vehicle and say, I'm going to wait till the minister comes to go to it. So people need to stop this thing and ask our people to work. If you're here, if you're there to work, do the work. Water department, water sporting in areas for days and nobody see it. Should a minister go to tell them, go and deal with it? We really need to stop doing that because we are the same people who are destroying ourselves and the politicians. And at the end of the day, who are we going to blame? So we need to stop it. Like, the politicians shouldn't have to get involved in every facet of our life. They are elected to do things, but we were also employed to do work. Ever good to do.
Caller, thank you for your contribution to the program. You're listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls at 465-2555 or 718-577-2916. Now, when it comes to violence against women and girls, we're not just talking about sexual abuse, physical abuse. I think we sometimes ignore emotional abuse and the effects it can have on one's mental health. Now, for years, we've been having conversations about mental health and taking it serious. But I'll tell you, even though we continue to have these conversations, we don't take these things very serious. Let's head back to the phone lines and we'll take these calls. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Mr. Cornelius. I call in because I know this is a political program and I intend to get involved in politics. Life is too short and how the world going and I'm looking for the coming right. But I didn't want to implicate the minister in anything. But the buck stopped with the minister. You know, sometimes ministers or whoever, they doesn't have to do something. But because somebody do something, you hear in other countries, it caused them to resign. But what I'm saying, permanent secretaries are passing there. I know that. I am here to protect life and property. That is what I was trained for 30-something years. And I'm seeing great danger that lies on the road. And as a matter of urgency, I call on the minister. So what's wrong with that? If people are neglecting to address a matter, whether it's public work person, permanent secretary or what, the buck stop with the minister. And I have nothing attached, no political thing attached to that. So help me God. Accident took place over the weekend there. Near accident occurring there. You're going to wait until somebody get killed to address it? This is a matter of urgency, and I see it, and I see the need that the minister must be aware of this and get it addressed. We're so hard in that. a lot of resignation to take effect in other countries for what the minister doesn't do, does not really have a clue. But because of whatever situation, or like, for instance, in Israel, the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, they were calling him to resign. And as soon as the war finished, he gone. Because they felt that he should have been able to avoid what happened in Israel. So I have no attachment politically. I done with politics. And I am looking for the coming of Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace, who would bring peace to this world. Thanks very much, Mr. Cornelius.
Thank you, caller, for your contribution to the program. We'll take that's the last call for today, just 10 minutes to wrap up the conversation. But I was making the point about mental health, and we don't really need to take this thing serious. We have mental health professionals in St. Kitts and Nevis who continue to share the necessary information and sensitize the general public on all that they need to know about the signs of mental illness. But we, as a society, we don't take it very serious. If you are to tell, whether it be a family or a loved one or whatever, a friend, that you are suffering from a mental illness, they're going to probably watch you and ask you if you're crazy. But I'm being realistic here, because it actually happens. And so I think that too should be a part of the conversation when we're talking about preventing violence and abuse against women and girls. Because the physical abuse, the sexual abuse could translate into mental illness and emotional abuse. You having to deal with the fact that every day you come home, you have to deal with this every single day. And it could take a toll on you mentally, emotionally. And that's horrible. The point that the caller was making about the minister, I understand what you're saying. Basically, yes, of course, the buck stops with the minister. Thank you for raising awareness to the issue. I think when things like these are done, you get some real action. Sometimes when you give a call or you send an email, nothing really happens. But if you bring the issue to the public's attention, then more than likely you'll see something happen. I don't think the caller was trying to suggest that the minister or the permanent secretary should go down there and clean up the debris or whatever the issue is. I think the point was the point they were trying to make is that perhaps the situation where they use the same road or passageway or whatever to get to and from work. And so if it's a case where they're using the same road or passageway to get to work, why are we still faced with this issue? You've been listening to The Edge here in ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM, and I want to thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your calls. Thank you so much for your participation. As you know, before I end this program, I always leave a motivational quote to take you throughout the course of the day, or maybe it can take you throughout the course of your week. Now, this one, I found it just this morning. It says, learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. Learn as if you will live forever. Live like you will die tomorrow. And this is a very deep quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Thank you so much, and of course, looking forward for you guys to join me tomorrow on an all-new edition of The Edge here on ZIZ Radio 96.1 FM. I am Devonne Cornelius. Again, let me use this opportunity to congratulate the 25 young people that will be recognized this evening in a special sitting of the National Assembly for their contribution to sports, education, and the list goes on, performing arts, entrepreneurship, spiritual commitment and excellence, the courage to overcome. It's a long list, but they are recognizing 25 most remarkable teens, young people in St. Kitts and Nevis. So again, congratulations to them, and kudos to the Department of Youth Empowerment for continuing this awesome initiative. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Have a good one. Please don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Be careful on the road. Pedestrians, when you guys leaving home, when you're on the road, please take your time. Look left and right before you cross the street. There's a serious level of ignorance when people using the road. They just walk out into the road. They don't look left. They don't look right. And then, yeah, I mean, you know what happens if a vehicle hits you. I'm pretty sure the vehicle is going to be fine, but I'm not quite sure if you are going to be okay. So please stop being ignorant when you're using the road. Take your time. Drivers, take your time on the road. Until next time, you guys stay safe. Have a good one. Bye-bye.